time, you can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
When you hear the Wayne Allen Root Show.
For once, Reuters done some actual journalism on Hunter Biden. Hunter never actually worked in Ukraine. He worked for Burisma, making $50,000 a month.
Then you are home. The Valley's News Talk and podcasts. Talk Central, Phoenix.
And now, back to more of the Chips and Salsa show.
So, which of the Latin countries are you from? The one with the Civil War, the one with the cocaine, or the one with the fancy hats?
The chips and salsa.
Yeah, and you can put chips and salsa in your hat and eat it like
chips
that.
And salsa in your hat.
Like
I
the
put
white brim.
Donald Trump on my hat. 45th President of the United States. And soon to be 45th again.
Keep 45 alive.
Keep 45 alive.
Hey, if you just tuned in, this is the Chips and Salsa Show. I'm Alice Lara here with
Don Jorge, your all-time host of your Chips and Salsa Show.
We're here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. And you know who's not here today is our good friend Teresa.
I miss her so much.
La comadre.
La comadre. You have to come back, comadre.
She had to work, Trabajo first. What can we
first.
say?
I know it a lot because I work a lot.
So she'll be back next week. Yeah. So hi, Teresa. Hello. George, we got to talk about our president, POTUS, and State of the Union. But first,
everybody else is talking about him. We might as well join in.
What's going on with the caucus, man? Do we have any results? Julian's going to check on it for us.
That is so phony, the caucus. Here they have a caucus.
Cocatazo Caucus. Right on.
Yeah, we're going to call it the Cocatazo Caucus. Here they have a caucus, which is on Tuesday, right? It was Tuesday?
Yesterday, Monday. Today's Tuesday.
It was Monday. And they don't have no results.
They're barely coming in.
Well, no, they didn't have any results. They should have had results yesterday, the day of the caucus. And all the reporters were all in the lobby waiting for the results, and no results.
Everybody's there lined up on the shows, got the panels, ready to give their political opinion.
And people are thinking there's a conspiracy because Bernie Sanders was slated to be number one. But they think that the Democrats are pulling a fast one. So they can't run a caucus, yet they want to run health care. They want to run our country. People,
it's wrong, man.
It's not gonna work. These Democrats are very shrewd, and the people that are in charge of that program are the ones that work for Hillary.
So, George, they're blaming it on the app, and like you say, I'm very conspiracy oriented. Now, I last heard they had about 63% of the results in, and in the lead was your man,
Bernie Sanders.
No. I think Buttigieg was first, then Bernie, but just barely neck and neck. Buttigieg, is that what you have? And James T. Harris calls him Buttigieg. And then they had Warren was third. Warren was third, and
He's
then
married to a man. He might be the first man of the White House.
Oh, I want to tell you a story about that, okay? So I was checking out this video, and this gal was talking to one of the delegates there, and this lady was saying she didn't know that. She didn't know he was gay. She was supporting him, and she said, I can't support him because of her religious beliefs. And I thought, wow. Oh, we got results. We got some results.
With a name like Booty Check, and you don't think he's gay?
So here's what Julian, thank you so much. Julian gave me. So we have Booty Judge. That's a new one. Booty Judge. Booty Gig, Booty Judge.
Booty Check.
Booty Check, 26.9%. Sanders, 25.1%.
So he went down. The Democrats are taking points away from them.
Warren, 18.3%. And then plugs, that's Biden, 15.6%.
And
number 4, Biden's number 4 right now.
And Bloomberg has a minus sign, so I think he owes the Democrats some points or something.
Oh, you know what I heard? I heard Bloomberg gave the DNC mucho dinero.
Well, he's probably trying to pay his way into to bribe the Democrats now. His commercials are all over the place, of course, because he's spending millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars everywhere, and he just wants to be on the front pages. He wants his name, because he ain't gonna get anywhere.
Yes, so
he wants to buy his way. He bought his way into the debates coming up. They changed the debates for him.
He has so much money. So did you check out and see how they were doing that? They explained how their caucus works. and how you have to stand in one square and they got to get 15%. If your candidate doesn't get 15%, then you can go somewhere else and do it. I mean, here's the thing to me. If the app didn't work electronically, and you and I have been through this before. Remember, was it last year when the electronic stuff didn't work and we ended up going like to a paper ballot?
But
you
we
can
didn't go
do
to
it.
a square.
We took care of it, man. We got on it and we
But
took
we
care
don't go
of it.
to a square from this square to that. It's crazy. Well, the Democrats are crazy anyway, and so their whole system is crazy.
So who's going to win, George? You think Buttigieg's going to keep the lead?
For the caucus? He's already stolen the caucus. He's going to keep that.
You think he's going to keep the lead? Because he's neck and neck kind of with Sanders.
Yeah,
Sanders, 25.1 to 26.9. That's about almost 2 point difference.
Bernie Sanders should have won that, I feel, because I think the Democrats are scared, silly, that Bernie Sanders will be their pick person for these caucuses and ballots. But it's going to show at the next one, because if he gains momentum, he will rise to the top in a few caucuses, especially where he's from. Buttigieg, I don't know about him. He came out of nowhere and started climbing, and he's probably our best challenger against Trump.
So the Democrat Party, which of course we're Republicans, so we don't. That's not our circles, the Democrat Party. But who do you think the elders of the Democrat Party, the people who want to be in control, who do they want to push?
Well, Obama, because he thinks he's in control. He wants to push. I think he's backing Elizabeth Warren, and I know he's not backing Biden.
But he really hasn't publicly endorsed anybody, right?
He may endorse Buttigieg because he's really behind Elizabeth Warren, by what I see. Him, Michelle, my Belle, and Hillary.
My Belle.
Yep,
Oh, maybe Hillary will still get in. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a brokered convention. You heard it from me. It's going to be a brokered convention. There's not going to be a set. There's going to be a set person everybody thinks they're going to nominate, but I think on the floor they'll nominate somebody else. And I think don't be surprised if Michelle, my Belle, gets in there and maybe even drags Hillary in there.
So who would run for president? You think it'd be Michelle with Hillary for vice president or vice versa?
No, it would be Michelle. There's no way that Hillary could win for president.
So they would be desperate enough.
She can win for vice president and bring her husband as second in charge of the vice presidency. But Michelle and, of course, Obama would be in charge of the White House. A lot of people follow Michelle because her husband, but she hasn't announced that she's going to be a candidate. But that's the only thing I could see as a challenge. All the other ones that are running right now, anyone that wins is going to lose. I mean, it's just.
And I want to tell you a quick story. So Saturday, I was at. It was an event in South Phoenix, and it was kind of for Black History Month. And there were vendors and the LD27. We had a booth out there. I don't know if I told you this story yet, Julian. I may have. But there was a gentleman. I should have brought his business card because I would love to promote him. He had some beautiful ties and hats. You would have probably bought a tie. I did buy a tie, actually, for my brother-in-law. Oops, I already gave away his birthday present. Anyhow, so I was talking to him, and he asked me, he said, do you guys really support Trump? Do you really support Trump? Because we had our booth out there. And I said, yes, sir, absolutely. And I had my button, this one that I have on, pray to end abortion. And I said, absolutely, sir. And this is one of the main reasons that I do. And I said, are you an independent or Republican? And he said, I'm an independent. And I said, okay, well, who do you support right now? If you had to vote today, who would you vote for? And he stayed silent for a few seconds, and he said, I honestly don't know. And I thought that was very, very interesting.
That means that he's considering Trump. He doesn't want to say it, but a lot of them, especially independents and even Democrats, they will say, Trump's this, Trump's that, but then you ask them who you're going to vote in the Democratic Party. Well, I don't know. They are really Trump supporters, but they're in the closet.
Well, to his credit, he did not diss Trump. He didn't say anything nasty about Trump or anything. He was just he was very curious and asking me kind of in amazement, why did you? And, I just thought that was very fascinating. Just a super nice guy.
We're deplorables, so we're one of Hillary's deplorables, a few of Hillary's deplorables.
You're one of the biggest deplorables.
I'm the biggest deplorable.
Yes.
I guess Hillary must have known when she said that. Don Jorge is the one I'm talking about.
Don Jorge is number one. And then she laughed.
That crazy
I wish I could do that
laugh.
crazy laugh that she does. Yeah, absolutely.
She turns, she wiggles her head.
But I tell you what, I want to give credit though. I want to tell that that's it's called Bizzles, and it's on Central. The address was 3602 South Central. Bizzles, yeah. And it's really a cool place. It's a big giant place, and what they want to do is have different events there, and it's big enough. It's really nice. If you need a place to have an event, it was really good. They had a lot of people there. They had Mickey's, who has a food truck of barbecue. He had his barbecue down there, and Mickey's, I think he's based in Buckeye, more closer to your area of town.
So where's this at?
Great barbecue. This Bizzles was at 3602 South Central. So if you're going south on Central, downtown Central, and you go south past the riverbed, the Bizzles is just on the west side of the street. It's a really cool venue. And we had a great time. LD27, I think we registered a few people. We got to meet a few people. We're out there. The Trump Victory Team was out there. Gil Solis and our PC, Cale Oddens. We have a lot of young energy. And also, I met a new friend, Alicia. But her name is spelled really interesting. It's like Alysia.
Alicia.
And she called Alicia, is how she pronounces. Could be Alicia. That's mine, Alicia in Spanish. And just a lot of young energy is out there for Trump. And it's so exciting to see that. It really is. Don't you see that, George? In the meetings that we've done?
Yep. I see it a lot. I see there's a lot of deplorables out there and a lot of always Trumpers. And the new Trumpers.
Oh, that's good. Always Trumpers instead of never Trumpers. That's good, George.
Always Trumpers and the new Trumpers. And the hashtag walk away movement, the Democrats and independent, well, mainly Democrats moving from being a Democrat and switching to being a Republican because they're sick and tired of the Democratic crazy party, insane party. And believe me, it is insane. I used to be a Democrat eons ago, over 30 years ago, and I was proud of what I was doing. I was helping the people. I was a union president, and I really was proud of the poor people, of the movement. Man, has it changed. It's changed to where they're taking advantage of the poor people, taking advantage of the people who really need help. And they're switching to the Republican Party because Trump is there to help. And he's a godsend.
I think you're right. It's unfortunate because now the Democratic Party is switching more socialist, and the way to recognize people that are a little disadvantaged is to give them free stuff, and that's never what Americans want. They want to work and make their own way. George, it's already time to go to another break. We're going to have a short show. We have one more segment to go, and we're going to talk about POTUS and State of the Union when we come back, because lots to talk about there, and we're also going to talk about an icon in talk radio, Rush Limbaugh. Okay, so it's Alice Lada with
Don Jorge.
And please stay tuned for more of the Chips and Salsa show here on Central City Radio, Talk Central Phoenix. We'll be right back.
This is the Valley's News Talk and Podcasts. Talk Central Phoenix, a Central City radio station.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal.
And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.